This is about you, me, we, and our untapped potential. This is the huge upside.
Hey everyone, you know what time it is. Thank you for coming back always to this podcast. Always, we got something new for you. Hopefully, every week now. We're trying to be consistent again, but life hits. But you are back in this podcast with yours truly, who is Mikhail, or you can call me him. I am him. I am the guy who hosts the show, Huge Upside. And you're in for a treat, ladies and gents, because we got someone all the way from Cebu City. Yes, Cebu Flavorsta of late, my friends. And actually, she goes by a different name. She just changed her name bago lang. So it was Faith, and now she turned it to Dhyanamitta. Anyways, Dhyanamitta, everybody, welcome back.
Hi guys. Hi, it's so nice to be back on the huge upside.
Salamat, bay.
Stomach.
Okay ra, buyag. And you know what? Salamat kayo. Priorities change. Last time we were on, kuan ba ka, si tao gani, legally single pa ka karon, pamilyado na kabay,
I know, right?
plus one pag yun.
Last one. And it happened quickly ba? Nagkalit lang ko ka-married. And the last time we talked about was like, I was on bago pa mini box and it was all like, oh, you're so in love. You're so in
The
love. May ganyan
the
ko
kuan,
dron.
the
Buyag.
the handstand skateboarder. Grabe. I've
He's
seen those
laughing.
clips. I've seen those clips. By
Yeah.
naman lagi mga trick ang mga skateboarders gagahandstand sila bay.
Ala, pwede ka tulaw.
I've seen
Real
the skaters
idea.
do it.
That's a new idea for his reels and his content. So
You never go wrong.
yeah.
Reels though. Before we dive into that rabbit hole, so you see, some folks, they have a alter ego when they hit the stage. Now, but before we started this episode, you just changed your name and then you went to your stage name.
I know, right? It's weird because like actually kani akong this platform is more for like the professional side in a way. And then I was like, ala, naman sa day ko nga Dynamita on like my YouTube and Spotify. I was like, okay, let's
You
just go
for,
with that.
you
And then
forgot.
sometimes, yeah, truthfully, I have two emails. So,
Oh,
yeah, it's not a joke. Like, we categorize it, it's organized that way. The dynamite is just for the music, the rest is like business.
but there's something shift in the cells of your body, in your DNA, or in your mood when somebody calls you from fate, professional wise, and then back to your usual world, dynamita. Is there a shift and a change in behavior and
Yeah.
personality?
I mean, it's not the shift in personality, pero it's more like oh yeah, I put out a different persona gani kanang murag when you see me on like YouTube, I'm like rapping malicious shit in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Pero when I'm trying to be like also myself, because I also have this layer of me na I gotta work, I got a family. So mausad na siya. It's not a shift, but it's more of like kanang makalimot sad ko nga, oh yeah,
So
I
who
was presenting
so
myself in
who
this
so
way.
who are
But
you?
it's
So
cool.
who are you with your husband and your baby? Is this the professional side, or are they always interacting with Diana Mita?
No, this is my pure soul.
Oh, the Sasha Fierce soul, tong alter
Kana,
ego ni
kanang,
Beyonce,
kana, pero deeper than that, I
deeper
guess.
than
Because
that.
I think like, when you live with each other and then you're married, kay murag stripped out gid mo from like
True.
whoever you want to be. So like, that's another you.
Mm-hmm. And clearly, I think having a family has really changed the depths of your soul. Siguro in and out yun ba. When I from me and ma, I can relate kasi tong napa ko sa gawas, and pagbalik na ako dire, when I went home nag for good ko, it was an adjustment period. I had to rediscover who I was now living with a partner, which is my spouse. Was it the same case nga katong nag-move in na mo together ni RJ? But we're gonna get personal here. You can dodge the question, but nag-move in na mo together with family. Was there a adjustment period?
Mm-hmm.
Like what was like probably like the most difficult part of it? Like don't have to like cite something like personal, but
Okay.
probably something like a common thing or a general thing or
Like
probably
how
not so
we
general.
transition.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay. Like me and Box.
Yeah.
Nana. Surprisingly, it was like easy. Kanang naapoy like difference here and there, but magically and miraculously kay makuan ra gani na mo, like we get to really just blend in together, and we consider that a blessing because it takes a lot of collaboration and cooperation
Kayo
to
bay.
like stick a household together. And before you're also parents, you also got to understand that you're both husbands and wives, and
Right.
you're a team, like you're officially a team, kanang legit mga liga listed on the city hall or whatever,
The
you know,
you're on
like
paper.
all matters concerned. So
Yeah,
yeah, it takes work,
it
but
is work.
it's also amazing to get to that work. It's also amazing to do the work. Mona siya, like getting the hang of it, and then eventually you know, we know the reason why we did this is because like most of now we feel comfortable with each other, we love each other, we
Right.
like being together. So
Dil-
nakatabang sa yun na nga factor
Dili
being in
na
love.
gyud mabulag ang kuan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sumpay
yeah.
tinain na gyud. I believe that to be true because when I go on these huge upside right now, and me like myself like the personal my Sasha Fierce side is which is who
Mm-hmm.
is Mikhail. When I go into my excursions, like when I'm requested to be here or there, I can't help but sometimes miss family. So I can't really enjoy myself. I mean, I enjoy myself when I'm out there. Like I have to shut everything off. Like when I'm in the zone, and when it's curfew time, like you set your own time, your own timetable, and when the time ticks, alarm na gini na, and then I start worrying about my family again. So Mark, the day is like di siya complete. It's not like it's not going to be complete, but you are looking for the your pack, your team. Yung
Yeah.
mga kuan ba,
And
Mark?
that's natural because,
Yeah,
uh, you know, family is blood. It's also a choice.
true.
Yeah, kinda, it's really natural to feel that way. And I'm sure pretty much makasabot ra sad gyud na sila gani of like
Oh,
the
yeah.
sacrifice that you make in order for them to also, you know,
Your
enjoy
time,
life,
ba?
'di ba? And that's already great, like heroic enough na kay na nga mabuhat. And I know the pain of like being away from a kid. Even my husband experienced it, kanang like nari mga lakaw nga gamay gani, and then you know you start
Ba?
missing them, you have that rush in your heart, and you want to be with them because that's where that's your home.
True. Lahi na gid by murag from adulting, and then mm,
Na
mature
extension pa jud ka to
oh
somebody's life.
yeah, I mean your purpose now shifts. I'm not a parent, okay? But I have worked with parents as clients, and of course I'm a cat dad. So namiring. Naman
I
mairing,
love
di
that
ba?
for you, by the way.
Diba?
Ganahan ko ana.
A cat dad,
That's nice.
diba?
And a cat dad actually, they, by the way, like we've been cat dads and cat dog, I cat dog.
Cat moms.
Cat dog. No,
Cat
the
dog.
dog moms, dog parents, di ba? And lahi
Okay.
sa imong atiman sa pag-cats, di ba? Like when you have cats as
Different, yeah.
pets, it's different.
They're the boss.
Mm,
uh,
very true. And
yeah.
yeah, they take up so much space.
Yeah, for something so little. I mean,
I know.
I wouldn't parallel that to like a real human being, like a real child, but that's the probably like the closest approximation that me and my wife are experiencing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So having a responsibility, something like that, it's like very innate. Magpangitaon gid siya ba? Sa as you get older, I mean,
Truly. Kana.
I just feel for people who end up in this life alone. I mean, there's this thing, single blessedness, or ano ba itong mag-inusara ka in this world. Like, oh man, like I don't know what you've been consuming, good in what kind of media you're consuming or what kind of
Yeah.
environment you're in, but I really empathize for those folks. Like, how can you survive by your lonesome? Subay.
I
Diba?
also don't know how they do it, pero naasad gyud uban that are happy. Like, I don't know, I feel like they feel also more carefree kung nga
Wala,
alone sila.
wala
Because some
responsibilidad.
people, yeah, and I guess kana, and some people also feel like they love their own space, and I
Right.
also like really respect that too. Kay di po ko ka-imagine sa akong self na I would live without a partner. I mean, I like
True.
the way it is for my life right now, but ultimately grabe nindot sad pod na nga murag taas kay kog moana jud ko nga kuyawan niya, or like if
Ba?
somebody can like live alone, die alone, I'm like, oh,
Man,
okay.
I I
Crap.
I he must have like a lot of kind of mga coping mechanisms or kind of bitong imaginary friends or like internal dialogues, a lot of space and room for intrapersonal reflections, like introspective, like dive, like but
Yeah.
but man, like we're meant to be social. We're social animals. Like that's the reason why we're so prolific as a species. Aning ang planeta kay but we're meant to socialize. This is what
Yeah, yeah.
separates us from the other mammals who are like we're superior socially from the rest of
Uh-huh.
the mammals by
And hence this podcast. We're talking, we're communicating, we're
diba? This
collaborating.
is so complex and nuanced na kaayo. Murag, diba? But the
Yes,
I yeah, go
yeah,
for it.
lahi sad siya. And yeah, I really believe in what you said na we really are social, and that also plays out with the roles we play in society. Like how do we know that this percentage of people is in charge of the decisions kanang inana gani, there's power, and that's influenced by our ability to be social.
True.
Mm-hmm. And
We're getting
yeah, it was
political
my
now. We're getting political now. Tama
no,
na.
I don't want to get too political, just
Ah.
like getting the gist of it lang gani. But no political topics nga kanang unsa tawag ani, not common, like proper names, like no, let's not get specific.
Uh, well, it's not the season for politics anyway, but yeah.
Truly.
But there's always a place and time for politics, but there's this side of politics though, the judicial side, and I think the judicial side involves litigation and legal stuff. Weren't you thinking about diving into that, Kuan, di ba?
Yeah,
I what's the progress at though? I saw some stories, so murag
yeah, I
makachismis
recently
ako.
posted Mona, I recently posted also on my Instagram about like my journey with law school, and then how I quit for the third time.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
3 times?
3 times, because I went the first time in Leyte, and then second in
Okay,
Southwestern, and then Mona to Paglasa UC, and then I had to like rearrange my priorities at
right.
nga time, because I got married. We
True.
we come up with a decision na okay, let's
Isa.
just build a family. It's now or never.
Yeah.
So Mona to, and then after that was like nawa na po to. I did not entertain that idea anymore, and slowly accepted it. Na some things are really just not meant for me. And then yeah, I took in a new career path. I'm trying to get into data, which is a really good
Yeah. Saw that.
kanang business karon. And not only that, but it's a field that's also ever evolving. And
True.
as we get into tech, a lot of data has been running around this system.
Yeah.
And mona siya, I fell in love with it, and here we are.
Do you have are you connected now? Do you is that your work now? Like an occupation with data
Yeah,
analysis? Like you're
yeah,
data analyst now?
I work now as an analyst. I'm part of a team,
Oh,
but
cool.
it's still really like a small startup. I'm working with a husband and wife,
Mhm.
and mo
Oh,
lang
this
na,
is a
that's all.
you got a family. You're working for a family business.
Yeah, in a way. And
Yeah.
mostly the rest of the details, because I can't really like
Yeah, yeah, for
say it.
sure. For
But
sure.
yeah, pretty much maora na akong gibuhat ron. And I've actually been doing that also while I was pregnant with Kio.
Okay.
when I was pregnant, it was also like lahi sa gani siya nga experience kay first time ba ako nabuntis so mura ko magunsa ko, and my pregnancy by the way was also kind of very difficult. Lahi
Really?
ang akong nagian, yeah, and it's not something that I also opened up about
Right.
because yeah, it's also like a sensitive topic like
Sure.
trigger warning or whatever. But you know what, my pregnancy was morning sickness all the time. So
Right.
sige kog suka. And then I got a little sad, and it was a lot of like
Mm.
hormonal
Yeah.
imbalance. It was something new. So mo to nagsige ra kog tuon.
Oh,
I was
that was
researching.
such a cool way to cope with.
So I was coping that way, and then I was like,
Are you
okay,
sorry?
let me learn some like programming
That's
language, and
smart.
then yeah, so I was like, I want to just concentrate on something else, and then moto na hinay-hinay naganahan na sad ko sa akong gibuhat, and I want to also be like of service to gani. So that's why right now professionally I'm also trying to sell my services so that I
Right.
can help your business,
Where are you in Fiverr
no
or
problems.
in Upwork or Fiverr or what?
No,
Just
like right
LinkedIn.
now I'm just building connections lang and see where I can you know put myself in kana gani. So mo na siya, and I'm also trying to focus with school more kay ganan sa ko nga magsige pa ko reinforce sa akong na learn.
Okay, but the data science and stuff.
Yeah, with data science.
Wow. What kind of course do you need to what courses associate with data science? Do they have actual nga course na nga data analyst or data science or
Yeah, and it's a new field. It's actually a very new field. And ang
wow.
evolution magod. Okay, so the history with data analyst and data science na field is in Google, I guess. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. You can research this, but in Google there was no analyst but for all the data that they were handling, and they were dealing with like large sets of data, of course, because it's Google.
Right.
So walay naghandle ana, and no one was analyzing all of these things, and there's so much potential in analyzing big sets of data because
Yeah.
it's like in a way you have the answer sheet sa imong mga questions. Like you find out who your customers are. You find out at which bracket ang mga 30s to
Yeah.
35. You know, like your dashboard in your YouTube nga
Yeah.
analytics. Yun na. And then so in the beginning, Anna, they hired this guy, and he was like, what am I supposed to do? Just do that, analyze the data. And then ana siya nga, unsa ko yung title, and then he was just given that title like be a data analyst, and this is like your paycheck, this is your job offer. And then since then,
Yeah.
since I guess that was, I'm not sure unsa gyud date ato, but pre-pandemic, and since then up to now, it's the sexiest role now according to Harvard, or
What?
I forgot who said that, but yeah, there's a study on that. They named it the sexiest job of the 21st century. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I guess so. Like most of the opportunities right now is around
It's around
res-
online again.
yeah, research and data and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing like it because numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie, baby. Like
By
never.
grabe by like I mean you
Tinuod
can
jud
you
na.
can trust your gut in so many things, but
But
it's
it's facts, you know,
incomplete.
it's laid
Yeah,
out there,
yeah,
and it's very interesting gani ha kay like now that I'm learning so much more, there's a lot of kanang imo kay siyang ma-relate sa imong daily life,
oh,
because
really.
it's also like managing yourself, and it's also like I guess also in my journey, the more that I feel like I'm developing my professional skills, the more and more I'm also developing my personal life,
Right.
you know. And
I,
then
I, gue- I
I
guess I
was mind blown
guess
by it.
I guess there's some certain applications where you can um it yeah in the household in budgeting and forecasting or
Yeah, like a
lo-
sleep tracker nga app, diba? You
yeah,
have, or I don't know if you have that. Even like an astrology app that's like
yeah,
optimizing,
yeah,
optimizing
I
what you
guess
know about the stars
in everything like the devices we use like this they
for
all
real.
take in data.
Mm-hmm.
Grabe, no? What a thought.
Grab it, and we're over with the industrial revolution, humanata. And we're now entering the technology revolution. So tech rev na taron. And yeah, I
Quick
guess.
quick question
Mhm.
though. Aren't you like there are some folks, even artists, are afraid or fearful nga AI is going to do your work for you. Have you in some way leveraged AI to to your
Hell
work,
yeah.
or you
Hell yeah.
you let them do the heavy lifting, na igura di ka mo
Hell yeah.
analyze.
Hell yeah. Me and my husband were joking about it baki anniversary na mo. And then
Uh,
like, you're trying to be sweet niya so what made like captions on Instagram, and then we're like,
Ato mag-chat GPT.
and then ano siya, I told him na like chat GPT naman ang nagsuwat sa imong caption.
Ah,
And then we were like joking about this, like it's okay, I still accept you mo like chat GPT imong kuan prompt for like our captions in so it's like yeah, leverage with what you have because it's a
oh,
technology karon. I guess that's a huge topic too right now nga. Yeah, AI is gonna replace my job, blah blah blah. But I guess you won't be replaceable if you're valuable. So
true.
upskill,
Upskill, get
upskill,
use it.
and
There's
yeah, for sure.
there's a lot of like not just open AI ang available karon, daghan kay bay.
There's Jasper. What else? There's
Oh,
TensorFlow. Daghan kay kag magamit nga.
grabe no.
Like, dude, they just honestly they put graphic designers out of jobs. Just, di ba?
Lagi katong AI nga
Mr.
kuan.
IT guy, Mr. Programmer did that. Boom.
Well, they had to evolve at some point. Okay, mer that's how where we are right now.
Mhm.
The usual kanang pinaka basic nga, let's say kanang pag design,
Yeah.
that used to be so hard, and
It takes a
syempre,
village.
yeah, and then eventually na nanatay tools and technology, it became easier, and then of course, what did you expect? Wait, it would be like that
Yeah,
forever?
we're headed this way. I mean, but yeah, it's nice that you talked about kanang evolution ba with gadgets or even work.
Mm.
But education hasn't like evolved though. Karon ra gamay nga like,
Oh.
oh, you can access yung modules online, which is yeah, pero like another topic na sad na.
So no, we can. I actually I shit on the educational system. But hey, so dito na natin in 10 minutes. But I actually like really I'm probably like the biggest antagonist sa educational system. Coming from that background, pag yun, I'm a teacher by profession and by degree.
Right,
Then
right.
murag
So you have a
I
lot of insights on this.
yeah, I did it so traditional pag yun. Like
Mm.
we didn't have like the infrastructure to adjust and adapt to changing times.
Yeah, and by traditional, like how traditional was this?
Like really traditional. I mean, 'di ba, even I think when I started teaching, I think there were na introduced na put in some other schools ang paggamit sa iPad.
Oh,
We were still
yeah.
stuck with the textbook. I'm like,
Yeah, and you were copying stuff from the blackboard packet.
yeah,
Kabot sa tuwa
which
na. Yeah,
sucks. That
karon
I understand, like, okay, the more senses engaged, kumukopya ang bata sa blackboard, okay, naglihok yung kamot, nagtanaw siya, and at the same time,
he's
kapaminaw po siya.
reinforcing what he learned when
Oh,
he writes.
but there's nothing like a tablet.
And here we are now.
It's so practical. Nganong, why would we keep, okay, usapan niya, I'm curious how you would be as a parent kay,
Mm.
pangutanong da ka, Faith, would you stop your kid from using a tablet when she's 5 years old and from watching whatever video she can or she wants sa YouTube? Would you stop her?
Yeah,
Is it a boy or
honestly,
a girl? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting.
he's a boy. He's a
Oh,
baby
okay.
boy, by the
What's his
way.
name?
Si Keo, baby Keo.
Keo. Okay. Would you stop
Yeah.
Keo from accessing his favorite YouTube videos when he's
Mm.
5 or 4 or 6?
We can't answer that question right now, pero what we do karon is we try to lessen his like screen time, pero we do know and accept na gyud na the black mirror is everywhere. We can't avoid it, and we can't control the idea of like unsa ipadlak na namo ang TV and be like
No, there's
like
no.
don't,
I mean,
diba?
I mean the and that's the same thing with drugs, diba? Or alcohol or
For real.
vices. Like the more you suppress it,
Mm-hmm.
the you know
The
what's gonna
more,
happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
to ko ana. Because I guess it's also like with teaching your kid pod nga he knows his boundaries and he knows asa siya kutob.
Right.
And with that, mura na gud nagibully ang bata. Okay, like this kid is bullied for like ingon siya kagiron or whatever inana. Normally ang kids without the self-esteem that was like
True.
built right kanang dali gud ma-affected. But if you have been like really reinforcing the self-esteem on your child, say ay
And with an
pada ana
iPad too,
yeah,
diba?
right. But yeah, you see,
You build a self-esteem along with the technology, and imagine what kind of kid you would have. The-
amazing.
I mean, look, imagine like you would stop them from using a device or having a mobile
Mhm.
device when all their peers have it.
You can't control it. Honestly, the same way that you can't control the world for him. And
True.
also in the same way na you can say nga, I trust you, anak, but I don't
Yeah.
trust the world around you. You
But
know?
but again, like
Something
you
like that.
mentioned self-esteem, diba?
Mm-hmm.
That's important. Like
That's so important nga. You should build that with your kid.
hindi siya
Kay,
mada sa kalibutan ba?
mm-hmm. And yeah, the foundation gid nimo, I guess, should be family values. I really, 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 really believe in that because when a kid feels so much safe with his parents, gani, inside his home, the more he does not want to explore out of it. But now, I'm not saying also that we should also limit his exploration outside of his home,
Yeah.
but I just believe that a kid should have this safety net na makauli ra sila sa balay and that they're safe and supported whenever they come home regardless of whatever happens to them. And that's really important. uh that's a really important aspect that you should build, labi na nga musod kag parenting.
Yeah.
You gotta, sa tinod lang, it's like all in poker.
Ba
All your
and
life when you
and uh,
enter this
and well,
the stage.
how do you call this? Like there nothing prepares you for it, diba?
Nothing,
Nothing.
nothing, and nobody's ever prepared. There's no rule book,
Basta
walay
pag
manual.
nakay kanan nga like basta pag naay mong yang lola or lolo diha
Bisag kaayo, bisag
lahi
i-trace
ra
pa
gyud
na
siya
ninyo
day.
yung ancestry. Lahi
Lahi
siya,
gyud.
there's kana good. It's not like you bought this off of Lazada and this is how it works.
No, there's just no manual for it. Ang kakuapan pagidana is that you also have to change the way you parent too. Okay,
Mhm.
the way our past generations have parented was contextual to their time. Now,
They were
uh,
children from war.
yeah,
So, mo
lahi
na ilang
sila.
influence.
That's
Anak
why
sila sa mga nangagigubat.
munang
I
kusukis
guess.
la mga on. Kusukay. It's as if like we're gulay ugma, di ba? Di ba?
Yeah, I guess.
And then but now can we still reinforce that kind of parenting today nga food boom pagid karon, like everybody wants to have their own food business, and like
You
it's
feel it?
food is at scale, di ba? Kamantay ka,
Yeah.
like, and it's very accessible. Yeah, Food Panda or kuan. You have to make changes regarding parenting, regarding not just even the way you parent with even the food. Bisag sa
Mm-hmm.
pagkaon,
Yeah, what
eh,
they consume, Jude. Not just food, like even the entertainment that they
social
consume.
media. Oh,
Yeah.
kayo. But what if kuan you can only wish, but diba you can't choose their friends,
Oh, never. You cannot.
diba?
And they will really come into the point na their peers will be their heroes.
True. And there will
And
come a day nga murag you won't be
bye,
that
mom.
you won't be the center of the universe anymore.
Wala na.
Gabi.
I don't want to get to that yet with my kid.
Sakit kay. But remember, just some context. Remember the time you did that though to your
Yeah, and it
parents, diba?
kaboka, every time I think about it, I just usually try to like stand guard and say, wala, mabot sad ko ginani, may bawaan na sad nako, unsay bation,
Diba?
and it's karma.
Yeah, cycles.
Cycle, yeah.
Unless ikaw ang best friend sa imong anak. Well, the Buddha, that's so fucking weird. Nga ikaw ang best friend sa imong anak.
Mm, um
Outside, ikaw gyapon yung BFF for life.
no, I guess I should just let him go find your
Wow.
friends. But ganahan na sad ko nga, I guess we have this like bond na
Mhm.
he won't be afraid to tell me his problems, or and that's between me and him, and that's a relationship I have to build with my son too. But yeah, it would be cool to have that bond with him. Kay Misa and my mom, we're very close actually. Like
Oh, cool.
I tell my mom usually everything. uh I have like a good bond with her too, I can say. Kay she's also a very good influence in my life.
Mhm.
And unsa gay tawag ani nga murag di kay mi filtered gani sad mo storya.
Oh,
So
cool.
I
I like
have this
that.
like awesome bond with my mom, and I want that for me too, but I guess that's not totally for me to say kay wa sa
Diba?
ko kabaw unsay future sa
Patakabaw.
di ba? And it's too early to say sad, but I'm hopeful.
Diba? And plus they found out like mom was so cool back then. She used to
Holy
rap.
shit.
Oh shit.
Mo na lang jud ko.
No, my dad was a gangster skateboarder. So like he's a
Yeah, I'm gonna tell my kids, sus, unsa na lang sa
diba?
kay mong papa dong.
But
Yeah, I'd
but
like you to look back at that. And
but the thing is
I
if they
don't know,
find out like stuff we do now becomes cringy sa ilang panahon ng pudayon like shit
that's
like
scary. I think
load
about that. I think about
load
that a
ba
lot.
kaya ni mama magpapa eh?
Naghuna-huna lagi nga na lagi nga. Pag-delete na to itong video galing dako ni Kiyo.
Oh, like how would you explain? Like noon sa kani.
I don't know. I really don't know. And then my kid will be like, Mom?
Ikaw ni.
I don't know.
Well, and the amount of explaining you have to do, like you have literally have to be the primary educator of your
Mhm.
kids.
I believe so. And I guess I'll just tell him siguro nga, dong, at one point, mom felt so creative. She thought there were no boundaries. And
Ah,
look at her.
look at her now. Munang
Look at
naanak
her
ka.
now. She gave birth to you.
And when baby Keo finds out, or when he's a teenager, and some friends of his mentions to him like, wait, your mom was Dhyana Mitta? Diba? And then diba, you know the trends right now, like stuff you do now, like the songs you make might get repurposed someday in some short form video. I don't know if TikTok pabagyap mo na
Look at
or
her. I don't know.
Reels, diba?
Ambot lagi unsaon ni nakugtubag, Mick.
Ba?
I really don't know, honestly. Like me and Box talk about it. He's laughing right now. We're just like, whatever. But yeah, I guess at one point I would be like, um, this is mom. And at one point, mom was proud of what she was doing. So I guess a little props for her. Dawata na lang dong.
And probably the most fulfilling part of that was like they seek for advice
Mhm.
with you in regards to that, like when they get this, because I think the thing with kids is when you keep telling them no, it creates this gap between you and a gap between communication nga, marag, there's just some
Mhm.
things I can't talk about with mom and dad. Marag, ba?
Yeah. Naasa
That's
jud na.
that's important, man. You have to be prepared, as I think, as a parent. I'm not a parent, but I think as a parent,
Mhm.
you have to be equipped, or just be equipped mentally to deal with any kind of inquiry coming from your kid's mouth, because they are very
They will
curious.
they'll
They
ask
will
anything and they'll
ask
say
anything.
anything. They'll even eat anything, karon.
Ah,
No
Jesus.
joke. They put things in their mouth. Tanang mahikapan sa kong anak, he's just like grabbing
Oh
things and
yeah.
putting it in his mouth.
Oral stage pa mo guna sa bata,
Mhm.
like they
They
snap
explore with their
their
tongue.
tongues
They
and their mouth. Bah, so I can't believe we went through that. The idea nga mabalik pataan, but we still do actually like some things nga mag-explore pa nato dia. But luckily we have appendages now, and
Right?
we got this to do the thinking
We
like
got this
like
to
murag
control the libs.
yeah. When your kid finds out this whole discography of your songs like wow Cebuana Love by like what kind of feelings and emotions was my mom going through, and what kauban niya si Ninong Hero si si Kuan
Ninong Pati.
Ninong Pati kulbaa oy.
For sure, I'm gonna be like, so ako yung ni Kiyo, ano. I'll just be like, Mom felt so in love with Papa. She wrote that.
Ba. Oh, was that tribute na ni kay Box day kanang Cebuana Love?
Actually, when the katuganing time nga bago pa may nagkauyab, I wrote like I guess four or five songs. That was
Grabe.
just explaining my emotions about him.
Grabe
And Cebuana
kamandag.
Love is one of
Grabe
them.
kamandag si Box.
He's smiling right now. The Kong smiles sa Cebuana.
Grabe ba marag maka Taylor Swift gid ang kuan ba ang emotions no kay
Same.
maka every time like you feel a
Yeah.
certain way nagi out there's luckily you have an outlet to express it and there's music
Mhm.
ba.
Yeah. Lahi sad siya, lahi sad. I mean, speaking of like outlets of expression, some people can do it even better in love letters or like
Hey,
in
those things are still exist, man. There's a niche
mm,
community out there who like the
oh yeah.
postcards and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, like there's like a
Mail.
business community mga inana.
No, like literal people who find it sentimental nga marag they
So
still
they do it for
send
free.
postcards. No, postcards. Like
Oh yeah.
snail
Until
mail.
yeah.
You know, mag kuan siya, mag effort ka
It's
siya no
still
mag
out. Yeah, it's still there pa no.
oh,
Napa may mag snail mail run. I
stamps.
mean, yeah,
They're stamp collectors, so probably like
they're
exist pa
still
gyapon.
selling stamps, so for sure.
Yeah, as collectibles though. As
Ah,
di naman sure kay logical mo gamit og stamps.
still stamps though.
But dapat exist man post office ba in fairness.
Mao ba? And do they increase in value over time? The stamps?
I
Like
guess
collector's
so
edition?
as collectibles, yes. I think
Mm.
na market for everything, but like just people are just so weird.
People are weird. And this goes back to the topic we had earlier about us just being social, and mo na ni affects atong pagka-social. We're exchanging each other's values in exchange for another amount
True.
of value.
Ba?
And 'di ba? We're all just really exchanging values.
It's just that okay, like na siguro trauma sa money ba but it's just that the dominant language of value right now is money. Mo gina siyang
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
universal
it's the
exchange.
universal currency for value karon
Yeah.
is money. And you know, that's also one reason why you have to develop yourself in a way, because I guess it also adds more value. And I think that topic has been overlooked sad ba. Kaya a lot of us
Yeah.
have been like, I mean, I was also on that state sa gani nga niabot na ko, kapuya na oy din ako ganahan kapay na kaayo. I just want to like, chill out or nana, but then
Tired of
there's
what? Like go look for money?
not totally in that sense, but
Like
like, when you're like, you're just tired of the rat race in general.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Again? Yeah.
Like in a way nga, there's this collective energy of everyone also like kanang saying kapuya na kanang hustle or whatever. I just
Oh,
want to be free. I just want to be free from the system. Kanang inana ba, like they do,
break
they just don't
break
want to play
free.
out. They just don't want to deal with their cards right now, and ultimately tungod siguro kay it's stemming from mental health,
Yeah.
which is another topic of discussion.
Such a bummer, no? Stuff that makes us ill mentally or kita ra ba igyapoy ga Kita ra mga culprits ba?
We
Like
imposed it on ourselves.
ourselves. One, there's a stimulus from the society, of course, and
Yeah, nudging
um,
external factors
yeah,
that good. But
media
it
pumping
also
at that
like
scale. Like it's
mm,
prevalent. Like they're selling us the lifestyle. Kailangan
can
ta
we talk about that for sure?
yeah.
And my 2 cents also on that was uh I guess also pag childhood we were also sold on this Disney movie idea sa imong
Oh,
life
Jesus.
ba. We were, and
Consumers.
that's why I also can't blame humanity kay we're in fact victims of society as a whole.
True.
We were sold by the media. We were going back to data. We were data to them. And
Bah.
'di ba?
And now Faith is gonna use that against kito mga taong walay hanaw. As a data
But you
analyst
know
na.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like yeah, we were all sold to this idea of a Disney Channel movie.
Well,
And you, though it's blatant. I mean, it's up to you to say for yourselves, pero we can't disregard that idea, and we can't gaslight anybody into thinking, no, that's not real.
and
It's
you know what's
real.
the you know what's the new rat race, Faith?
What is it?
Content.
Because content right now is money.
Yep. It's attention. Who who
Mm.
who arbitrarily owns attention, like who owns that arbitrage
Yeah,
is
because the more content magod pushes your following, so that
mm,
makes you influential.
and so funnels
And
the
yeah, and
connections, the money, everything.
influence leads to money and
Yeah.
power. And labi na karon na
Nag-level up
old
lang
media is
ang
dying.
yeah, nag-level up lang ang currency day. So dili na
Yeah,
day siya kwarta. It's
it could be
now
content.
content.
It could be content. It could be data
Shit,
again.
shit, I should be rich by now. I think I pumped around 1,000 pieces of content siguro. Where's my kuan? Where's my endorse? Where's my brand
Where's
deal?
my $1 billion?
Where's my kuan? I paid my dues. Like, oh man, where how do I get my
Where's my check?
like
Ito.
but there's just folks who are like destined for it too. Like they're
Mhm.
naturally talented and bagay gid sila ha. I
Mhm.
mean, and for folks such as myself, we have to climb. Well, there's
Well,
this is the new breed
yeah.
of social climbing, which is
Mm.
the content rat race.
Mm. Pero I also feel like the people that's kanang nanagani dihadaan, like let's say when you're born into a wealthy family, a lot of factors play out sa good because they get introductions since they were
Yeah,
kids, bahalag if they do well in school or not. There's
yeah.
always gonna be that somebody trying to tweak the system for them. But
Um,
for people nga walay na good, walay mga connections, walay mo bira nila
but
wherever they are.
it's fulfilling to be in the dirt, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Let me mukamang
Yeah. And if I guess personally said, if I'm also super duper comfortable and like, what am I gonna strive for?
Yeah,
Just saying, that's my opinion.
yeah. You can't be. It's hard to be hungry when you're always full. Murag
Mm.
wala kay drive bitong. I have
And I
everything.
also think that every time kanang feelings of hunger sa gani into trying to increase your capacity, it's for development.
Yeah.
Because
But
padung sa dariya.
yeah, I mean, some folks are they get satiated kaya mabusog na pud sila, and if they're happy with it, then bless you, di ba
Mhm.
murag. So we're happy that you're happy nga na bitaw murag. I wish everybody gets to that point yung makaingon sila ba nga I'm happy with this. Kontento na
But
ko ani. Kontento na ko ani.
isn't it like uh isn't it a coincidence that you're saying kanang the new rat race is content, and like
Mugani. Because I'm in the
and
world.
then what people don't understand sad na it's also there's also another definition of the word content.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, di ba? The content and then content. Wow, grabe bay.
Diba?
Pa,
And it's not a coincidence, I guess, that we're talking
ba?
about these things because
Siya paradox bang.
it's a paradox, like again, like life. Paradox tanan.
Wow, I never thought of
Content
it.
is the new currency. Why are we not content
Damn, this
for currency?
ato ni written word kaning piece of kuan. Send me. Let's do a graphic
I'll
of
send you a
this.
content on this.
Send me a pic na kamo ni RJ with Baby Keo, and then nato din i-layer on text tayo. Content is the new
That's gonna be a new
currency.
content.
So does that make you content? Cool kayo. Damn.
We're gonna turn it into content. This is another paradox.
Hey, folks who are listening right now, please do not copy that. Amo ng copyright. Ha.
We
And
trademark this as
I
we speak.
ayaw mi unhi. Anyway, if unhan mi nimo, well, we're happy for you. At least nadunggan mo na diri first.
Like, wait, by the way, I don't know if we spoke about this on the record, pero katunian ako nga, my baby grows up every
Oh,
time
yeah.
he wakes up. Look at him now. Come here,
Oh.
baby.
Let's
He
have a
grew
look.
up again after a nap. He's gonna
Seryoso.
get his first cameo on the
how much?
podcast.
Yeah, first time we have a baby
Hi,
on.
baby Keo.
Hi. Hey.
Hi. It's Tito Mix. We're on a podcast.
What's up? You'll be seeing me soon.
Is this your first guesting?
Hi.
Say hi.
A is for apple, B is for ball,
It's Bal.
C is for cast.
I bald eh. Oh.
Buyag,
Ito to Papa
buyag.
na
Buyag
manaiyang
bay.
kami.
Dili siya hilakon ba?
No, he's a trick kid. That's what they call it now. Like a kid that's always happy, sigirag smile.
Okay.
Mora na.
Did you have where you naigana pug ka sa una? Like, did your mom describe to you as someone like that? But when you
No, I
were
wasn't now.
hilakon daw ka.
No, I wasn't hilakon. Maldita ko nukog na.
Oh.
Plada ko nukog. I don't know. That's what they said. My mom and Ariaya said nga, ay kana si Inday, so plada kay nagnaog sa una.
Bay ka ng mga malditahon yung mga anak bay mo ng mga pinakapalangga sa ginikanan. Trust me. Ano mo ito mga same goes for like
Love.
ba? Kaya sila magiging ang pinaka-memorable gyud mag sakit kis boots ginikanan bata gihatag
Hindi
ng
akong
sakit
anak,
na.
oy.
And same goes for teaching too. It's usually the kids who are kan mga gabi ka bugoy og sipat who are most remembered. And katong
Yeah.
katong nga pinakabutan, I don't know, asa na sila. Gilabay na sa asa tong probinsya kay nagkuan ka ng ni pasar sa kanang DepEd bitaw gitaganog item dito sa bukid sa mga bukid-bukid. Nakabanana o
Actually, 'cause-
habal-habal driver or unsa ba? Do you know that story? That's
Actually.
it's common.
yeah, I know that story. They talk about that a lot since the province.
It's we're a joke.
But you know what? As a kid, sad sa una kanang I knew sad nga sipat sa jugay ko. And then kana ganing
So
murag
maruk
sometimes.
ka, Faith.
Yeah, like in a way I was mischievous. That's the word. I was mischievous as a kid. And I can see Keo that way too right now. Pero nalang sa gid niya ang sa ni kabutan siyang papa.
Hey, watch out. It's these kind kids you want to watch out for. Very manipulative. They know how to manipulate, man.
Yeah, he might even be maro.
Maro na sila bay.
Yeah, and what's so cute about him, kay he's very friendly to ladies, and it's so cute.
Oh, the ladies, man.
It's showing so early. Kuyawan ni mo Keo. Like I know his type already as early as now, and I think it's natural for it's natural for moms to know na as early as now unsay type sa imong anak.
Okay, how that's like as a parent now? Like, is that a big deal for you? I need to do you look forward into the future like sa kay mamenyuan ani no sa kay mga itsuras mga anak ani no?
Yeah, I had that conversation with my friend said na kana how would you react kung unsa ni ba na girlfriend kay me and my girlfriend said boy moms ni halos kami
wala okay.
Girl.
Wow,
we're all boy
Barkada
moms.
dagit mo eh.
Barkada. Yeah, pretty much. And then we talked about that and um one of my friends, si Joe, she said that like at one point the girlfriend will be influencing my kid. So might as well just be friends with her.
True. Hey,
She's gonna be holding him
you
on a ano gina mabot na sa point.
yeah,
And
that's what my in-laws did to me. I'm like their limang anak.
mm,
Yeah.
so your wife has five
Uh,
siblings. Eh, kalima siya.
upat sila, and murag ako ang
Oh.
murag additional nga anak ba. Because they,
Ah, so
yeah, you know when you're a man, I think RJ can relate, or I don't know, at some point nga murag you also have to woo kung mangulitaw ka or mga tubang ka, di ba? Murag pangulitawon po nimo ang family sa, like you woo the family, and then
mhm,
through that syempre meron po ka, or even before that kuyugon
yeah.
ka sa probinsya, uba na to. And mind you, dili pa ba
You
mo
tried
murag,
that?
yeah, I have lived that life like this. Okay folks, this is the kind of person, don't tell my wife I told this on but kuan sta gani tao gani ka ng, yeah, I there are some types of families who actually do that, and I don't know if that's helpful nga. I think it helps families nga know like kinsa man gud ni sa muna ka ni minyo-minyoan sa akong anak po, diba? But
Yeah.
that's
That's how they
different.
grill pod. That's how
Yeah,
they get to know you pod kay mao pod bigid sud na sa kinaraan,
yeah,
especially if na-instill pa gani ninyo. We're Bisaya and
yeah.
usually pareha ra gyud og culture ang Bisaya gani nga.
Mm-hmm.
Or in Pinoy culture.
Pinay culture.
Pero luckily my husband didn't try that though.
I
'Cause
mean, the shifting
yeah,
times, like that's totally understandable.
yeah. Before I
Yeah,
mean before we got married. So uh
who cares?
mao
Like,
sad na.
we all have like different contexts, but I had to naka-experience ko ano. I don't know. I just threw it out there for you, basin gusto
Mhm.
na ninyo nga type in case makadalaga mo po or na may babae po ni Box.
Yeah.
Or I don't know that
That's
you,
another aspect po no. Like po siya nga perspective kung
yeah.
babae po ang imong anak.
I don't know, for some families where I think they treat their daughters as jewelry. So marag ampingan gid og ayo like,
I
namansa na ako
understand.
ang bulawan.
Yeah,
Like, you know.
because we all know nga um the boys can practically tend for themselves ba. Ang babae,
Are you discounting the fact about Simone Faith? Like you seem
no,
pretty
no,
much
no. This
independent.
isn't like, oh my God, this isn't one of those opinions that are political.
Okay.
Pero it's nothing political.
Yeah.
Pero it's based on facts. Na
Right. Yeah.
naturally, if we base it on hormones, testosterone has its benefits over
True.
the
Yeah.
estrogen that's been
And
pumping us up.
even women have like doses of testosterone. Diba?
Come again?
Women have testosterone.
Yeah, we do. We have
Yeah, it's
testosterone, but
essential
not
for
as much as
kwan,
men.
like biological growth, essential man siya.
Mm. Yeah, it's essential, and it's really part of us good. Pero mas more lang ang among estrogen compared to the testosterone.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where I'm basing it off. Gani nga. Women are more vulnerable, and I think that by saying that women are more vulnerable, that's her strength.
The vulnerability.
Of course,
Yeah. I like
that's a
that.
woman's strength.
I
Her
like that.
vulnerability will always be her strength.
Ba, mo man ang mga kapanan sa mga lalaki. Like especially when it comes to men, you know,
'Di ba?
I know someone he's always into single parented mga girls.
Mm.
So like he probably saw a vulnerability. I don't know if you could call it a vulnerability or walay father figure ba ang
Mm. And
mga
he has
babae.
that innate feature
Yeah.
in him that wants to
That
protect this woman
that nurturing
and
side.
her offspring. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I really believe that gidoy nga mao gyud natural instincts sa laki there. They have to be the authoritative figure. They have to be the kanang discipline figure ba that kana nga side, and the mom is the nurturer, the comforter, the layer head around me, and
But
I'll give the rest.
shout out to the single parents out there though. It's
And
tough
shout out
to
to the single parents out there, which I know a lot, and
tough
that are and
tough.
are taking in both of these roles. Nga
The mom
dili
and the
lalim,
dad at the same time. But
dili lalim ka.
I don't know how they do it. Those are the
And
real
a lot of
heroes.
single parents are doing well.
True.
And
But it's
bravo.
tough. Like,
It's
but
it's
I think
hard to think
majority of
about
them
it.
like experience that adversity. Good. This would good by kung because it takes di ba yung
Lisod
sa
eh.
it
It
takes
takes
a
a
whole
village
village.
magani to raise a kid.
True.
And ma-dismember lang gani kag usa. It's
Hard.
hard.
It's hard.
And we really wish. And speaking of single parents, I also want to give light to kids that are orphaned also. Daghan sa kayo na. It's also a
Yeah,
rampant issue
you
karon.
ikaw na tanan. Ikaw na yung
Yeah,
mama, yung pa, your own mom, your own dad.
that's even worse, right? You have no mom, you have no dad,
Like wala kay
and
concept of
the
that's how
concept
life
of
should be.
home.
Yeah, that's how
And
life should be.
yeah, and most most orphans gani karon daw, they jump from one shelter to another, even I don't know, maybe up until they're 18 gani. So
Mm.
maybe by 18 years old
So
napo kapin na guro na
so
sila ka shelter.
igana ka dysfunctional, no? Or
Yeah, and
tough.
right, and this isn't like something our media isn't like, they're not talking about it.
No, not on a
And
pedestal though. But
not on the pedestal, of
you see
course, not even on the
that's why
screen.
conversations what you're doing and what we're doing right now is important. It's because right now we live in such ang currency puts social currency right now is fear. So the
Mhm.
fear is weaponized to I
Fear
don't
is
know
being told.
at scale pa gyud gabi na siya negativity and fear at scale. That's the way media behaved yun sa una. You know, even sa radio, even our radio station still behaves
Actually,
that way.
this,
Mga AM na to
yeah,
behaves that way. News media
yeah, and
behaves that way.
AM is on a very low frequency.
I don't know, but
They're
folk
broadcasting at the low frequency,
but
fast,
folks still listen to it. Mga I think
especially in
boomers.
the suburbs, no, sa
Yeah,
kanang
kung walay
bukid
wifi
man ba.
daw, di ka abot ang
Oh,
PLDT. Shout out PLDT. Mga, kasi gusto mo sponsor. Ah, si tao ani, but you know what? It's because nga that has always been the priority of the message in the past. And even
mhm,
karon, even in social media,
mhm.
it still exists that negativity in the comment section, even like some like kana bitong virtue signaling ang mga
Cyberbullying
oh yeah,
still happens.
cyberbullying. So we need to have like a normalized that we should communicate positivity at scale. Good. So
Mhm.
dapat balance good or if not walaon ginatanan ba so the if we can pump more positive messages or more positive content uh sa
Yeah,
in
we
the
can hopefully at least inspire people na
100%.
shy away from that. Pero
Yeah.
do you think that social media platforms also play a big role into allowing these things to happen?
Yeah,
Because
because at the end of the day they're just empty pipes.
yeah, and they're not
Our
even doing anything to
yeah,
improve community standards. Wala, you know?
they they're slow just like our educational system. It's slow. We human beings fast
Mhm.
paspasta we're fast to evolve and fast and the governing bodies that's why maglisod gyud tanan o grali up sa tanan criminal because behavior wise we're fast and we're cunning and we're smart. So
Mhm.
which is why I think it's very important that we realize nga social media going back to what you said if they're doing something or not we at some point we want to blame them. We like to point fingers, you know. We like to blame. Ako, I
Just
blame a lot
want
of
to,
things.
yeah.
For my unfortunate mga misfortune na ako,
Fortunately,
wala kay
it's
ko
not all
accountability,
me.
'di ba? Wala kay ko
Yeah.
accountability. I want to blame a lot of things akong kinabuhi, but when you look at social media, it's an empty pipe.
Mhm.
The human beings ourselves fill it up. So with it, we
For
bring our
real.
old behaviors and habits, ibutang bigyan nato na diya along with katong whatever you can find, negativity, insecurity at scale, and
Mm.
it's getting magnified. Whatever it's doing, it's magnifying who we really are. Gaka-expose kita kinsa ta diya, di
It's
ba?
reflecting na, no?
True. And even before social media, maghilom naman ta, di ba? Pero nga now we're
Actually,
given a platform,
it
hilas
has
kita,
changed the
di
way
ba?
we've interacted kayo.
Ayo.
Because kanang sa una, 'di ba, they tell you nga don't talk to strangers online. And now,
Karuna, kani. Yes.
dude, I didn't
Diba?
even meet you in person yet.
Diba? Yes.
And I'm
This.
talking to a stranger online. And then karon ni change na, it's like don't talk to kanang mas mahadlok pa kuno ka mo storya og tao in real life events
Nga
kaysa
wala sa
mahadlok ka
social
nga na.
media.
Yeah, yeah.
The shift, no?
And you know the
How can we know
saying
you're
is like,
verified? You're not even social media.
exactly,
Huh?
right? Like, can I get your social media account to verify your
Ba?
identity?
Or kanang itong
And
confit, kanang itong live selling, kanang
yeah,
mo scam ba og pamain nga murag mo man ni profile picture niya. This is legit.
yeah,
Mga scam nga.
yeah. Even just outright scammers nga moingon magpautang, or you know they promise you like this crypto
Oh my
shit,
god.
you know? You have to verify their identities. And
True.
what else is funny is that we used to say na if somebody follows you, that's like a red flag gani kanang i-follow ka karon. Kay what do we do on social media? We follow each other.
Follow
You have
back.
followers, and it's like, oh.
Gabi ba? It's weird. Lagi marag in the cultural shift of behavior comes with the technology kay now we are so influenced by the software that runs through this device
Speaking of,
karon, and that's going to change much further pag abot sa VR.
oh my god,
Yeah,
welcome to the whole metaverse.
metaverse. It's a different kind of social media we'll be experiencing from there on. Kaya kanang, di ba, you're familiar with the NFT stuff now.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Like even like I spoken to one guest regarding this. Social media is digital fashion.
Mhm.
The way you can post a
The
tweet,
way you post yourself.
delete a tweet, or change profile pictures is the same way you open your wardrobe and choose which dress to wear today, or pick which sandal or flip flops you want to wear, or which shoes. It's the same idea. And statements,
Mhm.
statements or fashions, digital fashion. Like itong nauso tong Bondi. Diba?
Pero
Remember
Bondi
that?
died really quickly.
Yeah, but that's those are just a sign of things to come. Bondi's too let's just saying it was just
It's just the start.
too early for its time. But
Yeah.
expect more of that.
Okay, mo
Really.
evolved na sa jud ni.
Yeah.
Like the platforms that we're using right now, it like how we don't use Friendster anymore and Multiply.
Grabe,
Can you
dagan niya ko,
believe we lived
dagan,
in that time?
yeah, dagan niya ko pictures. Ba mga past na mga photo sa akong wife, mga tumaguya.
It's all there.
Wa pa mi naguyab. Lahat na dupart. Oh my God, sayanga kaya to eh. You can
Natin may mga testimonial.
nabay, daghan kayo na wala pa mi. You know, those things are priceless. And that's where
Right.
and napuni ka ng wave bit of it, kaning mga vintage things, like, you know,
Mhm.
curated stuff. But the longer you can hold on to stuff, the better.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like archiving. I love archiving.
Na may collection sa collection ninyo ni Bucks.
We have a scrapbook, by the way. You want to see it?
If it's too personal, like I don't want to.
No,
Yeah.
it's not too personal. It's actually like, I'll show you here.
Oh, naramday.
Just this one. We have like
Oh,
our
cool.
pictures. It's like it said home. And then I'll tell him the story. Ani, homeboy tani niya. Natoy boy ba? Homeboy. And he was like, ang tanga ng boy. Uy.
Home na lang.
Home ra siya.
And
So yeah, we have that. We
nag-manifest.
kept a few things. Like we kept the ones when we kept the pregnancy test.
Oh, bay, kung mahimo na tanan resita.
Yeah. Ayos sa doy.
And it's so funny. It's so funny, Faith. Like
Yeah.
you mentioned that, like you kept the pregnancy test. That's going to be
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be an NFT
An
soon.
NFT.
Yeah.
It's a non-fungible token as we speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have this like whole collections of just pictures of us. I
Oh
think it's
man,
cute.
that's so sweet of you guys.
Mm. And
Do
some
do
art,
do
nga
do
mga
you do you,
doodles,
do
we
you,
keep
do you
them.
think a lot of people still keep scrapbooks though?
That I don't know, but
Diba?
I hope they do. Uh, the reason why we're doing that pod kay, uh, kasabot sa gonna be what it's like to hoard,
Right, right.
and hoarding, archiving is like the balance. Kay kung
Mhm.
sobrang rasag kay Mika, oh, let go, this and that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like we have nothing to hold on to. Like, what did we live for?
True. The memories.
So
Tsada
we
na
have,
bay. Kay like I could kami nagmahay kay kung wala na mo gi pang back up tong mga gallery na mo sa multiply. Di ba marag
feel ko,
damn.
ano,
Yeah nga
I
eh.
lost the Facebook account sa,
Oh really? And you had a lot of
after,
footage ito no.
oh yeah, I had, that was like a 2009 to 2020
Oh,
22.
itong mga 1 gig days pa, mga
The
sipunan
one
days
gig
pa.
days and the kana ganing VGA pa nga camera. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure that
shoot.
was also the same with your multiply.
Cyber shot o kanang sa Sony
Mm-hmm.
point and shoot lang.
Yeah,
True, so
those
true.
photos. Yeah, bata pa ko. I was like maybe 13 at that time when I started uh uploading on Facebook.
Mhm.
Sayang sad siya ba?
Sayang ngayon.
Uh, look how social media has controlled over our lives.
I mean, yeah, like for come to think of it, dili po na ako ma-appreciate pod ng mga karaan nga footage if
Oh yeah.
wala po tagi alter this way. Marag na change pod akong observe na change pod akong behavior by sa panon like also leaning to ikaw, I don't know what your behavior is in socially you stick
Mm-hmm.
with your friends like you're tight with your friends. Ak-
Yeah.
Ako open book kay ko ba like I've like meet like
I'm also that.
new people every day and like
Mm.
really have to connect because I'm trying to form a cult.
Mm.
Cult.
Respect, man, respect.
Yeah,
Like, uh, kabaw ka, we all just try to leverage with what we have, and connections. Like what we said, connections are collaborations, and
true,
important kay siya, not just in business but also in our daily lives. But
true.
yeah, I guess for me, my behavior around socially, kay mo depende sad yun, but naturally pwede ra gyud ko muhay og anyone. I'm
But
also
it's
an open book
changed. But
sometimes.
it's changed
It's
because now
changed in a
you're a
way.
parent. You have a family.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, na mga factors nga
completely
naka-affect
changes
po.
everything, diba?
Well, yeah.
Negate.
Actually, it did. It did change me. But there are also times po nga kanang a question na sad ganin ako. Did I talk too much online? Did I share too much online? Did
Mm.
I,
Makaigana
you
gapon ka?
know, yeah. Kay, not that I want to be totally mysterious,
Right.
pero
There's
there
some
are
things
some things
nga
that you
murag,
need to safe keep
yeah.
within your own space.
Yeah, you control that.
And yeah, and murag wala sad pud na no, di po na siya topic karon nga. Are we oversharing?
Right
Because
now, like I don't know,
no,
like
no, not right now. Like
I
in
mean, I mean,
general.
but okay, I was just gonna base it on this context. So a podcast
Mm.
is that platform where you can probably feel safe afterwards after having overshared. Murag, this
True,
is
because
a
it's long format.
yeah, it's a space anyway. Like people would understand. Eventually, people will accept. This will be probably be the new form of therapy soon,
Mm.
or probably be we just sharing is. I'm not really sharing, but having to have an outlet is important.
Yeah.
Something
And
I
maybe who knows, in the history books they'll say humans vented out on podcasts as their safe space
kayo.
platforms.
Yeah, so decentralized. Like nobody even like probably like I've dissed a lot of people on this podcast.
Have
Nobody's
you, Boba?
no, I think I have like, but nobody's even caught up to me yet. Probably I could be filed for libel cases. I could have said something libelous. Up until now, nobody has come after me, and I think they'll only come after me when I'm like super famous na, diba? Like
And for sure, kay I know daghan sad pud siguro nahitabo ug inana pud ba
true. That's
nga
what happens. Like people
that
remain
was, yeah,
anonymous, diba?
Pero kung diha na mo angkon nga,
Yeah.
ay, you took my shit, like that's my copyright, or you said
Diba?
something shitty about me.
Or you use my beats on
Yeah,
on the
actually,
background sa imong podcast. No
mm,
consent at all. I mean, yung bayari. Oh my God, I'm so guilty of that. Like, I need to
you did
delete. I need
that.
to start deleting
I did that
episodes.
too.
Ah.
Oh yeah, you had to.
I mean, I think I may have to in the future because I think people are gonna start claiming their stuff now. All that
Mhm,
stuff like kind of mga free online, they're not gonna remain
mhm.
free forever.
But how about like if ever makontak na mo, you can come up into an agreement and
Oh
just
yeah, for
file a
sure. If
license.
if they agree.
Yeah,
There's a lot of folks who will not take that lightly. Merg. What?
maupod.
That's intellectual property right there, boy. I own the rights to that stuff. You have to pay.
And
Kaso
that
ka.
also happened to like not just there is a audio video world, but like even in fashion industry na like na mga designers nga pangkopyaon ng ilang mga designs
Yeah, I
and
think
then
that happened with Bape and the Air Force Ones. I think katong
yeah, I guess that happened with it. But here locally, night designer here, si Carrie Santiago, very well renowned.
yeah.
I heard her designs were copied by kanang another designer kuno nga dili taga Pilipinas.
Oh my.
Personally, I don't know. So that's
And
why she
then
had to like
but that brand blew up. The
uh
other brand blew up.
mm, I guess that collection blew up, but ang naka-result ato was I guess she closed out her store nga dili na makita ang gawas daw of her like yung mga designs but couldn't be seen from outside. So IPR is real and
True. But
it's
I mean, would
also
you?
content.
Yeah,
Intellectual property right is
yeah,
content.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of copycats in this world. At some point, siguro, maybe the first time somebody does that to your IP
Mm-hmm.
as flattery, but I mean, there's always the line, marag
It
kapa,
depends
stop
on
na
for
mo.
me. It depends on which extent pod. Kay kung
Ba?
gi-bash sad ko and my reputation is at stake or my business is at stake, of course I would go ballistic.
Ba?
Malain sa jud ko, di ba? Pero if dili na gani kinanglan og gubot, maybe
Yeah.
brush it off.
Or ipabarangay na lang. Local ba? But I mean that would be like, di ba sa ona that was just so nice nga artists back then kung ipirata ang ilang CD, some
They
artists
would
ka na
be
mga
flattered.
kinaraan like sige ba kay markapoy kay marketing bay wala mo kabalo like aside sa mix sa pag di ba man uso ang content sa ona, so that was probably like
Yeah.
your own version of cheap content distributed easily or
Actually,
bah
I heard that the classical artists sampled each other
di
and
ba
they didn't beef about it. Beethoven, Bach, they didn't like beef about it. They were like, okay, do it. Like I don't know how they would say it, say mga accent nila sa una, but
basta
they
do
praised
it.
each other for it. Nga they were sampling each other's pieces.
So don't you think like koan like having okay ikaw artist may cafe, what if one day na ay rising artist who copies everything you do, even the title of your song, dugangan lang din nila that MP4 or that JPEG or so ba? Like what if there would come a day? What would you do?
Honestly, I would be flattered first. But I guess ang akong reaction would be like I'll try to talk to them and say, hey, like why? Like I just want to know why. Why did you copy me? Like why did you copy everything? Like pwede naman siguro nimo i-change gamay,
Dagig alter
you
si
know?
gamay lang be.
Right?
But okay, does that ruin the royalties though?
um it depends because lahi naman good rin ang pag
Lahi na no?
you gotta like register your content in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah, nya di ko kabaw kay computers are doing it. Computers are
right.
fact checking na the content karon. So like let's say for example, this is my original content. This piece.
Mm.
Unya kani nga piece ako i-upload sa YouTube, mo na saying and affirming nga This is
Ako
mine. This
ani.
is soulfully and legally mine. Oh, then another artist jumps on it saying, okay, agreed, license ni nga, you can use it. Pero di ay, iyan na po itong iparegister into his own content. And then, yeah, it just starts to get confusing from there.
True.
And then now, what matches it na kay the computers, there's no human checker that says, no, we're gonna segregate all these, kanang ang kuan man gud na siya good murag, it's still like a data set that reads all of these things.
Yeah.
And yeah, like what we said, a lot of the machines have been creating decisions for us.
Yeah.
So
Accurate
conflict
too.
na. And it's not only within music, ha. It happens, I guess, also even in visual content.
Bah, nakoy
Mm,
I'm guilty of this. Like back then we used to pump content nga we like repurpose clips and i-insert na mo sa mo ang content and then matiktikan ko permi sa it's always YouTube who spots it and
yeah.
Facebook at times spots it. Labaw na ka ng mga blockbuster nga mga films nga they know nga murag gibuhatan gid o copy or IP ba
Yeah.
gi-register gid nila ang piece of content kay kabulos sila it would get repurposed a lot and rightfully
Mm,
so it happened so many times nga gi-take down
mm,
gid among content or nag-copyright strike siya.
yeah. I tried that too with my vlogs. So that's why it's like most of niha as a content creator, which is that's also one of the difficulties na imong i-face karon kay a lot of people like what we said are after the content that you're making
True.
because it's money. It's the new currency.
The attention.
So mo lagi na daghan kay mag-ilog kay naman siya digital currency that comes with it. And the difficulties that you face right now is that sometimes you think these platforms don't care about you. You exert a lot of effort trying to piece something together up, and yet you don't get the amount of attention you wish you should do. So manang ang uban, most entrepreneurs, they saligra sila wholeheartedly on digital marketing. So you
Do
would
they
feel
do
for
they
them.
do they don't even improve on the product though?
They don't improve on the product because uh karon man good you have to increase your visibility.
But it's so weird.
Because
Those things go hand in hand.
it has to go hand in hand pero nag-overload na pud ganita on products, not just information.
Yeah.
Dude, we have a crazy amount of shit that I guess we don't need.
True,
And
true,
it's
true,
not
true.
helping the environment.
Surplus gid siya bay. That's why I've started like katong kuan ni na may move this is a movement type. Pero kanang na ako'y brand nga gusto gid dito kod. Actually it's in its beta stages hence I coined it
Beta mode.
beta. Yeah, I
Oh,
coined it
okay.
beta because it's para I have an excuse.
Beta.
I have an excuse nga kung kuan siya. Beta pa man gud ni. But anyway, it really focused on like 'di ba like with the thrift scene going on. It's so
Mm,
kuan kay siya ba mura it's so good to see pero murag gapanaghan na pud ang mga okay sa atong kuan
mm,
right na siya counter kuan po siya but it's good nga at some parts of the world gaka minusan nila ang fashion waste kaysa ato aga ka dump but in a sense gaka repurposed pud siya diri gina rework siya
mhm.
ginapalit siya balik so hence like I'm looking for blanks mga okay nga blanks and we print on them so
Ooh,
yeah
it's sustainable. Nindot sad na.
sustainable but I wish that's applicable to all industries. You can't do that
Yeah, that
with
we're gonna be
with food. You
mas
can't do
push
that
ta
with
more
food.
on sustainability, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, with food, yeah, that's a tricky question because most of the stuff that we're consuming are living products like
True.
meat, crops. So,
And ang sa amin lugar
I don't know how that.
and plus after bitong maluto na and most of that waste especially in restaurants or in fast foods nga they don't even allow the staff to take them home unless if dili siya i-BH sa nag-order ana let they just throw it out.
Yeah, tinuod na. And there's a story of guy from Dunkin' Donuts, iyang gi-TikTok ang mga waste, for
Oh
awareness sa mga
man.
tao nga this is how
Is he
much waste.
is he still connected with Dunkin' though?
No, he got fired after that.
Oh, but he's
He got
famous now,
seriously
and
fired.
because of that, he's
He's famous
famous now.
now,
Diba?
and I
That was his
hope he's
moment.
leveraging from it.
Oh,
'Di ba?
if he's smart, yeah,
Pero
he does.
grabe to murag pila to ka drum sa munchkins ug donuts may panglabay lang. The whole village could eat.
Ba?
And with the epidemic right now with homelessness, hunger, mo
Dagan
to
yeah.
like
Is it a thing yeah sa inyo sa Colon or and whatever like
um we're from we're here
kanang
in Pitos, man. We live here in Pitos now. Uh I guess it's not that rampant in the city. Pero na parts and areas diri around Cebu sad siguro gid nga kuan pod wala
yeah.
kayo access. But as much as I'd like to think we're fine, I hope we really are fine. Abunda ra pod buyag ang mga crops during the seasons. Lately there was an issue with the pork
Really?
kay
Ay
yeah,
ang kwan
ASF.
ni sunod siya sa Bombay. Na Bombay din na
Mura. We don't know. Politiko gid siguro to nga move. I have no idea, but you see it's
maglabad ang
sa
ulo
kuan naman in
na
the end.
there we apparently we still have gatekeepers kwan.
For sure.
And
Like what you said.
we don't even know these people. Kinsa ni
Mhm.
sila eh. What the hell? So weird,
But
strange times we live in.
yeah, but you know what? When you really like deeply think about it, nga like how our society operates in a whole, pwede ra ba gid ta mag-collaborate gid and like teamwork. But
By
I don't know how it
you
hasn't ever happened. Yeah,
no
or is
I
it maybe because daghan sa kayta?
um yeah it's tough that's dapat mo ganang trabaho sa atong mga leaders, that's what they're
Mm.
supposed to do. But because it's not a priority on their plate, and I think mas napay pressing for them, ang priority are more pressing concerns nga probably involves life or death, or I don't
Mhm.
know, mga makasapi sila for what reason, like I don't know. I have no context in politics. I don't want to dive into. I would love to. I've spoken to politicians. I would love to
Yeah.
talk to more. You know,
Mhm.
importante kayo ba? That's why this platform is important. Like, not we're sharing information. Like, oh, this kani we're sharing in free information. This is free, as it should be, because the internet is free, and it's more filtered, and it's filtered. It's more open. Ini
Mhm.
ani. But of course, everybody take this with a grain of salt. But uh, that's tough. Kay it should be nga mag-collaborate rata, because apparently money is still
Yeah, it's a rat race again.
money is the kuan man good, is the language that everybody
It's the
respects.
universal currency right now.
Yeah,
But you know what?
collaborations not yet. That's why we need to do this. You in this conversation, communities need to normalize sharing of resources.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is it sustainable? We won't know until we find out. We wouldn't know the alternative. But we're here
We don't know.
because nataning a situation because we haven't tried that other option. But
Are
uh,
you
are we gonna
prepared
risk? Yeah, that's the
to get
thing. But
into that? Because they say to open up a new possibility. Ug inana na gyud, it needs to go through destruction first.
oh, you mean
And
that? Yeah.
yeah,
We're always due for a reset. Katoji ko anang end of the world by. And if I live to
well,
see,
World War III.
yeah, if I live to see that day, I would strive to maningkamot kung with share resources. Diba?
Mm-hmm. Diba? Because you never know. Like one day,
And in
nothing's out
money means nothing.
course. Kaon na gid ni tinuod na gid ni
It's kuan good. It's survival.
yeah.
Survival.
And no, I don't know. I hope I don't see that coming. But gotta be wary.
Yeah, but I mean, this is all big talk gikan sa ko do I have the resources do I have enough resources to share? No, I'll be honest with that. But do I have a do I have a platform to provide? Yes. So Marigana, we can
Some
all,
information, di
yeah, we
ba?
can
You
all
can
play our
provide some
role.
of that.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm so blessed with sa akong sitwasyon dire. Faith, I'll go back. Wag give me nagastuhan nga podcast, guy. Look
Wow.
at the freaking equipment that we're having. Like it's still a webcam. It's still the same old desktop I carried Gikans Dubai.
But you've been striving and nagsigig pa dayon ng huge upside and
Nagpadayon
following
siya
the
because it wasn't,
platform.
yeah, it wasn't based, wala gid siya nag-follow, o it didn't follow the currency of money.
Mm-hmm.
It was based on relationships and
Energy ra
community.
gid, no?
Energy siya. That's why I'm marag ideal. Okay, we are so idealistic. You know, marag muning
Yeah.
dagan kay mga aktivista. Ay pagkaon lang ah. Pagkaon ba singi ko no. Like
Vitamin C, kaon nga ta.
nga ako ga
Kaon tamik.
guilty kay ko ga sige ko ginom ko kwari. But
What's that, cacao?
I sorry by it's synthesized is Swiss Miss.
Mm.
Na may tablia dia kapoy timbla part. I mean, going back sa kuan, sa proud lang po ko na nung idealistic talaga kita. Marag kuan sa man mga marag bubble ra kaayo. But you realize
Pero
na
no.
the only reason why fiat currency was invented, it was just to hasten the exchange of value para it can be scaled.
Mm.
So even before that, we were just trading with calf, ay mga baka, mga
Spices, herbs,
spices, herbs. That's how we exchange value back then. We even
seashells
exchanged.
man gani po no dire sa mga Bisaya.
Unsa?
Seashells.
T-shirt, 100 karon na pa?
No, in like
Ayad sauna, di
the
ba?
old time. Yeah, like
I even
they
think
would
na
trade that mga
ga-exchange mo sila kuan sauna kanang tao magilang itay na ba ko. So I mean human trafficking naman na kung modern
slaves.
context
Pero it's
that's
part of
slavery.
history for
Yeah.
sure. They did.
Yeah.
We
And
traded people.
it's as morbid as it sounds or as sad as it sounds, resources, humans are also resources, and we even trade for land, di ba? Gi-trade sa gibaylo rata sa
Ibaylog kita kitang tanan
Espanyol
for
sa
300 years.
how how
Kapin.
how much was that?
Ibaylo ta sa Amerika.
How much were we
I
worth?
don't know.
20 M? The hell,
I'm
20
not sure
M?
with the figures, but man, we were sold to America and imagine that.
Grabe.
Imagine that. And that's also why pod nga kanang di pod bitaw ka blame ba. We talked about accountability and how that shit is important, but there's this 10% of you that thinks na you have fingers to blame. And maybe that's why we have fingers, but we can also blame it to them.
Pero,
Because
but we can imagine
yeah,
like how many fingers are pointing back at us, po, di ba? Oh,
it's still how the cycle of karma goes, di ba?
tulo ka
Uli
po.
ra gyapon. Paradox,
Balik ba?
man.
Mano sa man lay tinod ani na lang.
So, anak na lang ka.
Na lang.
Anak siya ba?
Bora
Dude,
matagkuhan na
both
ana.
doing it. We're both doing it now.
Anyway, hey, Faith, salamat kayo. I didn't expect nga mag-political atong conversation. Kay so na wish what was so
Talked about music.
what mesmerizing about talking to you was the music, di ba? Honestly,
Yeah.
like you know what? Like music is not BS, but it's come to a point where this is all I ever speak to people, and even folks I speak to are in the music business. So like when I come across musicians, I just want to break it down with them like life. Kinabuhi
I
gid.
love that, man.
Kinabuhi
I
gid.
love that. Because bago ra sa day ko ka agi og kuan ba conversation with somebody and they're trying to interview me and everything, and then I told them that I'm so done with asking you guys asking me about the same questions, like what's my thought process, my nana. It's like I'm human too.
Hey, mind you, like the thought process question, kana nga questions, it's always a go-to question. Say thought process
Diba?
naman.
Unsa man
Introspective
nimo
no kay siya.
una-una
I mean,
imong kanta?
I mean, props, man. People still throw out that question. You might have a different answer, Faith. Who knows?
Oh yeah,
Di ba? Takabal.
still useful. I mean, yeah.
Gamit yapon
Pero
sila.
I think what I was trying to make sense was that some artists said, ba, I can't speak for all, but
Yeah.
it's nice to also peel their layers and get
Yeah.
to know who are
True.
they besides that persona they show on stage. Who are they behind those bars?
True.
Kana gani nga.
So, and that's
Pero,
what we're doing. Um,
mm,
Diba, we had 2 episodes already. I mean, if
yeah.
people have the long-term attention span to stick with this,
Mm-hmm.
good, good for you. But,
Shout out to you for coming in here,
ba,
coming
um,
this far.
welcome to this world. Yeah, because in the world nga with the current ang current nga patok kay short form, it's always
Mm.
nice to do the unpopular decision, which is long form. But anyway, we're doing short form anyway. You know what
And don't,
my whole game plan is, Faith? This I
yeah.
kailangan ako ning puhunan nani because you know what
Ah,
I'm gonna just gonna repurpose this for days. I have enough
do it.
footage right now to last me the whole lifetime, my whole
Do
lifetime.
it.
The only
And you
reason
got your
why
currency.
that's my currency. Muna siya. This is money magpapabuhi sa ako part.
Exactly.
Diba?
There's your content and your currency.
Yeah, I was about to tell you with the podcasting. I spoke to somebody this morning, nag-record ko podcast with somebody. Kailan ka ni kuano ni Pizza Palace, you know that dude.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I see you guys are connected on IG. So
Mm.
that dude also has knows this fellow artist but kauban nila sa ilahang studio. I spoke to him this morning, nag-record mig podcast, and that he also shared to me the prospect of starting his own podcast. Like we're like,
Mm.
oh man, this thing is so. I mean, it's not nga dili yung podcast, but it's
Mm-hmm.
so nice to hear nga like people are really considering this. They're really
It's
considering
career option, Mick. It's
career
career
option
option.
for now.
Career option.
And it's karon it's still a tough market to navigate. I admit. Like if I tell you wala na namin nasapi ani fit, wala. We didn't. We're just really doing
Not
this.
yet.
Yeah, I mean, and I wouldn't kuan dili pug ko magmahay if wala bitaw wala sentimo, but the okay, na benefit ko it benefited me because I was getting these opportunities left and right. So
Mhm.
it wasn't flowing through the platform, but I was being rewarded for nurturing the platform. Like so gikuha mi to siya, oh, okay, but in small increments, you know, that hope tuloy-tuloy na pero you know,
Yeah, that's your value proposition. That's where diha sa ka ni shine because you're also creating this value. You're creating this platform for people to be able to speak freely without
hopefully.
boundaries and a certain category. Kay nindot sa nimong gibuhat make because when you know gani nga like when you told me that we're gonna film another podcast. I mean, I didn't even generally have the idea of what we were gonna talk about, but
Yeah.
here we are, just flowing with the conversation like we
Yeah.
did 2 years ago. And when you put it collectively, katong pag-edit na nimo, and when you put it out there into the final content, it turned out into like a good kanang piece nga puzzle together, di ba?
True. I mean, it depends as far as like the imagination can go, but for sure anybody can do it as long as they put in the time. They really need to put in the time, and I'm just so blessed and fortunate that I am in a situation to do it.
Mm.
Can everybody do it?
And then the
I hope so.
capacity.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not say like ako ang pinakamaayo or I want to be the best. I just want to be doing this long term,
I
like
love, and you like it.
longevity.
Do you
By
like doing podcasts?
you, like I mean, yeah, man. Like people even thought I was crazy for doing this. Like where we're at, like we're it's not normal to share opinions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially today, and people still respect old form media when they see this, when they hear this, they still think that what the f is this?
This shit exists.
Oh, in even in Cagayan City, like the dominant genre of media here is TikTok and YouTube. and Facebook.
Yeah, let me add something to that. Naasad yun kay market dire,
In
and
Cebu.
consider me one of them,
Yeah.
because you know what, a lot, for me lang, in my opinion, a lot of the content that we're seeing also right now, like on YouTube, they're heavily edited, they're heavily the propaganda ganito siya into thinking, this is the general idea that you have to understand, and
Yeah.
this content is objective.
Like there's
But
nothing
with a
else.
podcast like this, it's nice to just navigate around how two people would communicate together and
Yeah.
just
And
collaborate with words,
like a safe space for people to talk.
and a safe space.
Yeah. I won't be I wouldn't be even be surprised if mag tukod mo ni RJ o podcast. Kanang ka na
Podcast.
kay kay Slater kanang Slater bitaw nga nga type bitaw.
We
Na
have been talking about it, diba, love?
mag-asawa. Na may microphone sa likod do. Grabe.
We have a mic and then we mag-podcast daw ta.
I mean,
He's laughing. We talked about it.
it's not even like I don't even have to say it to folks. Like it should come as natural. But dili lang ko ma-surprise, because
Can we go back to the idea of like saying uh anyone can be like a kanang karon gani nga sige anyone can push content,
true.
and this is a new media, and anyone can be their own celebrity, anyone can be their own
Yeah.
content creator, and
Who's to say unsay sakto sa'yo?
yeah, kay like what you said to nga, we make social media alive
Yeah,
because
we
it's
fill it up.
a, what
They're
did you say, it was a
they're empty
pipe? What was
pipes.
it?
Yes.
Empty pipe.
Yeah, they're empty pipes.
Okay, what's Facebook gonna do without
Wala
people?
tao? Wala. It's just that the product they made is, what are your thoughts today? That's so powerful by
Share it. What's on your mind?
what's on your mind.
And kana, yeah, and kabaw baka honestly lang no, Facebook has also created this revolution on remembering people's birthdays and actually like
Oh my
getting
God.
reminded by it. Like, could you imagine
That's
when
the
you kaka-greet og tawag happy birthday sa una by just memorizing, oh
Karon,
yeah, it was Mick's
we
birthday.
there's no reason not to greet anymore kay it's a kuan na
Exactly.
siya na alarm na siya sa imong kuan ba.
And it's there, but i-notify pa jud ka nga, today is Faith's birthday. You know?
Wow.
And then i-notify pa jud ka, send a message.
Ba,
Right on the
right.
timeline.
Greet, send a sticker, so ba.
Yeah.
But that's Facebook's context though. That's how they want people to behave in Facebook.
Like they want people to
yeah.
interact.
No, it's yeah, of course in a sense. And kuan they for me, in my opinion, it looks like a podium. It's a podium platform to
Mm.
celebrate your success. I mean, it's helped a lot of people, but if there's a positive, then there's always a negative.
Mm. Depende
Go.
sa how you use it, no, and which
True.
choices you're making
Yeah.
towards it.
I think with all the platforms, it's the same. There's always a context and a way to approach things. It's good before you dive into that. You need to have a healthy mindset first before you do.
By the way, do you have any like favorite platform right now?
TikTok's my favorite right now. I have it just makes you realize like how Facebook and Instagram and the other mature platforms, it made me realize that those platforms are already full. I mean, there's a lot of
Saturated na?
saturated. It's not your friend's fault or your parents' fault or anybody's fault in your friend section nga dili kanila malike or maka-comment. It's just that there's too much supply of content, nagsurplus na ang content, and there's no more demand. And top of that, you're competing against businesses who push sponsored ads. So you're competing against the top tier nga kuan who target us specifically.
So it's not my fault that I mute some people.
That's your choice. I mean, no, because they give us that option. Use it
Well,
to your
yeah,
own. Yeah, like if you get to curate your algo,
your
right?
feed. Yeah, my
Yeah,
algorithm for sure. And we have that power bitaw.
yeah,
And pag una nimong ingon nga kanang something about content nga nagkadaghan na, I hope the audience gets to this point where you say it now in that sense nga the supply and demand ba nga murag ni give up na sa jud ang humans, they're at capacity and they're
yeah,
saying I don't want to know what you ate for lunch.
yeah. I mean, it's always the case when there's a supply and when there's a demand to be filled. People will
Yeah.
there will always be culture vultures like me ready to supply it. So the thing with TikTok is, hey Kyo, second cameo. Hi. You'll be
Hi.
you'll be on TikTok soon.
You're gonna be on TikTok soon.
Dabay
Yes.
what ka ni RJ bay?
Lali, what di mo love?
Siyempre.
No, he gets it a lot na ako daw liwat. Pero I think no, he grew up. He grew up after
Okay.
the snap. So he now looks like
So mapansin yun mo like in a week makagain siya og a quarter pound or a pound or ano.
yeah, pretty
Grabe ba?
much. No, quarter pound ba
Hey,
mo gain?
he looks stocky. Kanang murag busog nga buyag bang bata ko.
That's breast milk.
Right.
Mm.
By
He's 8 months, been feeding him for 8 months, nursing for 8 months.
hello. Your uncle from Cagayan de Oro.
Eh, mo tito, bless ani ha? Bless.
Bless na
Bless.
kay
Yeah, bless.
basing hard to reach na si Tito Pohon kay musikat
Dan
tas
ana
TikTok.
ha, kay daghan na mag kanang halin ang content ana ha.
Ba? Baliktad man daw na ang mga kan man daw mga godchildren man daw maghatag sa mga ninong po.
Uy.
Well,
Pohon,
going back, you asked me TikTok was which my favorite platform right now.
Yeah.
TikTok's given me the respect I deserve. Not just because
Ooh.
no, it's because TikTok behaves differently. It's in more interest graph. So whatever your specific niche is, you will always get your audience.
I believe that. Yeah. I also feel like TikTok cares. Does it make weird sounds?
No. I just find Kia so cute. All right, speak.
TikTok.
I'm
I feel
asking a
like
question.
what do you think about TikTok? TikTok has actually cared more about the users that gani karon compared to how
Really?
Meta is doing things now. Oh, you have something.
Yeah, he did. Well, hello there. You know you're on a podcast. If we're not gonna
Uy,
edit
subukan
this
mo
out,
na ka na
you'll be
podcast.
the first baby on a podcast. This is history,
Yes.
right?
See, that's what I told you about, like being on the mouth stage. He'll put everything in his mouth. He's the first
Cute.
baby on a podcast.
Yeah,
Ooh.
this is history right here.
Yes, we're breaking. We might be. We just might be.
This is history. We could go viral.
Oh.
Man, I don't want to chase that though. I just want it to naturally happen.
Bitaw, bitaw. Actually, kanabaw ka kanang when I also like started, I did not have like a goal nga, oh, I should be in like
Wow.
5K followers this month or I should be 10K followers. So wala ra good. Most of my like marketing for Dhyanamitta is organic.
Authenticity.
Yeah. Maybe not to kaisa nga ni try ko push og ad, but that was only for one song katong Not Your Boo.
Yeah, and
Wala lang just to test it out because naman ko
did it work?
credits. Well, it gave the views, but it did not give me the. It gave me the views and impressions, but it didn't give me the right reach. I
Or
don't know if that was my
it
fault.
didn't meet your expectation na lang. Let's just say.
Uh, let's just say I got what my money deserved.
Oh, okay. So it just did. Ah,
Ah.
you're in a podcast. Anyway, folks, if you're listening to this or if you're watching this somewhere, yes, that was a baby. Baby Keo. Going back to TikTok though, I can't seem to get enough of TikTok because I just had like I just recently one of my content went viral, and
Murag kita man ko nimo Mick sa FYP.
yeah, oh really? I haven't even tagged myself in
Yeah,
FYP.
I actually see you on my FYP.
Oh,
So just keep pushing.
strange.
There's this algorithm
How do I get on FYP though? That's so strange.
hashtag it. Sometimes the algorithm just does it. Depende sa bagod sa imong ako na ibaw ani TikTok ha is that there's really a team of moderators gid ako no nila that pushes the content. I don't know. I could be wrong. The
But
same way I could be wrong about
so
machines checking for copyright.
yeah.
But optimize lang yun ka. The same way I'm also optimizing my LinkedIn right now. I don't know
Yeah,
if
LinkedIn's
you know
powerful.
that.
LinkedIn is
Oh
Facebook
yeah.
right now, circa 2010.
Oh yeah.
It's the best time to hack
It's
it
the
on
best
LinkedIn.
time to be on LinkedIn right now.
Yeah,
Okay. Muna, objective na sad gani bitaw ang mga
yeah.
tao nga, oh, I'm here, I'm business driven. I come in here and like,
But you
here's my
come with the
briefcase.
you come with a different context though. You have to be more like business mind, I mean
Yeah.
professional. You have to bring your professional side, your business side of things.
Maayo ra sad bedyo no nga ni abot tag I think this is the LinkedIn era and I'm so happy for it. At least na na
Of course,
personal
you're happy.
branding.
You're in LinkedIn. You get your juice out in LinkedIn. It's where you get your money. Obviously, I mean, there's
And I'm
because
promoting it.
you,
You
d-
never
you
know what you
you
get out of there.
you did your stint on YouTube. You did your stint on Spotify and obviously on Instagram and Facebook, and now you want to dominate LinkedIn. Diba? It's always
Hoy,
it's always
I never thought about it that way,
so
but
it's
you're
always
giving me ideas.
it's always something new, Mark. But I think now is the best time to pump content contextually on LinkedIn.
Mm.
Um,
Speaking of LinkedIn, by the way, I'm just gonna do a little short promo.
Go for
So
it.
yeah, follow me, guys. So you'll see my legal name there and my work history. Pero kana, I'm also pushing content there actually on self professional development,
How
mga
about some
nana.
songs though? Can we find some Dhyana Mitta in there?
Jesus Christ. I'd rather not.
or or you know Job, right? Si Cookies. He
Mhm.
professionally his resume pants he places his numbers. So uh,
Mm.
as
So
an
he gets
artist,
calls from fans.
I think yeah, like his reach and his subscribers, and he has it on his resume. Like
Oh, diba?
yeah, that's powerful. And LinkedIn is basically like a professional resume in social.
Yeah. Your online portfolio. Pero yeah, I'm pushing in more of my professional services. Baby.
Uh, I think baby's getting jealous now that we're taking too
Baby
much of your
wants
time.
and baby wants to say hi sad last.
Hey, don't worry, I
That's
won't
what
take.
mama is doing.
Bro,
Papa's
storya
here.
ba? Ah, eh,
Hi, Papa.
I just wanna say nga salamat din sa inyo no like feeling FC ra pud kayo pero mo nagit siguro ning podcast bay kon mi to kanang effect sa podcast ba daghan ko na daghan I have to be honest like I talk to like strangers every time
Dude.
it's so weird kaayo
Since
nga
you
marag
see our family now, we're family now. Duawa mi sa Cebu.
true
Uh,
sita di ko
yeah.
ninyo ba
Seriously. And if we go to Cagayan, pangitaon sa kanamo.
please ani mo din sipat mo ulit mo to sipat po Unta.
Yeah, yeah. I heard. Murag nakaingon ba to siya nako? But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Sam Smurf?
Yeah, OGBV.
Jesus.
Sige
Yeah.
tagbo din.
Yeah, and OGBV, I have to go to Cagayan. Like no
Ay, Sam
joke.
Smurf. Yeah.
Kailangan ko
Smurf.
kumanan.
Yeah. So Faith, you know what? I really wanna extend my thanks to you and your family for actually taking this time to be here. Because right now,
Yes.
especially
Thank
sa,
you also for inviting.
of course, always welcome Modere. And what I can say is right now, our as we get older, kaniatong generation, um, with our maturity, we really value our time good and we don't really freely give it to anyone because we now know how to
Oh,
say no, di ba? Di ba mga we
for
have that
sure.
a bit,
Attest ko anak gyud bisag ako.
di
I
ba?
have my limits, I have my boundaries, and I don't just give away my energy now like I used to. Kay sa una kato ganing daghan pa kay kag mahatag energy bisag asa ni mo
So asan
ibutang
may
uy.
hatag, di ba? But that was kwan.
Yeah.
that was a point in time nga kaya pa. It was
A
practical that
learning
way.
point as
Yeah.
well.
But sa
Mm,
karon like
mm.
you have to devote all the energy now sa legacy kina na may bata na may
Very
na may
much.
family. So I really respect especially parents. I really respect parents when they come on the show. Much in
Oh,
respect
thank
from
you
you.
so much, Mick. Thank
Yeah.
you also for inviting and considering and seeing the light of what we do. Dili lang,
Always.
I'm so honored as well that you saw me beyond being dynamita. You were able to also showcase that side of me
Yeah.
because most of good ng unta nga, like your goal na you want to have this endless supply of content. I also want to have this
Yeah.
endless supply of inspiration wherein I can come into whoever comes across my content, and maila-ila nila nga um I'm here to inspire. And yeah, that's it, I guess.
Thank you for that. I mean, you've always still thinking about a platform to inspire people. Diba sa una like you were hoping to inspire like people to your songs, but now it's
Yeah.
taking a different shift. Still through the songs because
Oh,
people can still find you on Spotify,
mhm.
and
And I'm still gonna do music
yeah,
gihapon
exactly.
because
It's not like
my
Dhyanamitta
priorities
went
right
away.
now, yeah, true. My priorities kay kanang lahi na pod, and honestly wala na sa gani kay ko so much on my social media has cut down compared to
That's totally
before.
understandable, man.
And yeah,
At this point
we
sa
talked about
edad,
it
yeah, at this point sa inyong edad na po'y pamilya ba
as you should.
that should be like secondary na ng social. The only reason
Okay.
why I'm so and at some point ikaw po because we have agendas like we have our tuyo dito. But it's not like we
And
spend
it's
our
also
energy there.
just leveraging also with what we have.
True.
Okay, we'd never know what kind of benefits we reap from that aside from money. Okay, ako, I'm also in it sa good of like building connections, building the relationships with people
True.
because like what you said to nga, um it's not all about the currency, the money, but it's the value nga we give with each other.
Yeah.
Kay lami sa biyag feeling, di ba? Nga makatabang ka,
True.
maka-inspire ka, makatag kag insight.
Yeah. At some in some form balag usaran na katao. That's a big deal. Big deal na siya ba. And for
So
sure,
much more community pa na.
yeah. And for sure, when this goes out and mga Dhyanamitta Army, gawas na yun. Yeah, alam po yung bagong content si Pito. So na po
Well,
gistoryahan
you
may
know what? I'm so thankful for all my supporters, bitaw.
buyag na pa
And
sila.
I hope I hope those who support me nga makakitaan ni kay they know how much I love them. I really get messages every time, mga
Really.
most of the time naagya po yung mga mo message nako. Mas grabe to sa una kato active pa kay music, but now I still get messages here and there.
Nag-mature na po sila. Like kana,
Maybe.
yeah, di ba?
Yeah. And maybe they've also explored other ideas in their lives, which is also amazing. Yeah.
Tsada na siya.
Happy kay ko nga they tell me nga I've also somehow changed their lives, their perspectives.
Damn.
And that's one thing. Kay like I get a lot of messages about confidence. Mga inana nga. Hello, unsa naman ganito ko nga pagkababaya. I don't even have that much confidence in the day. I have body dysmorphia sometimes.
Yeah, I was meaning to touch on this. You're like you went to some point ng postpartum ka, but it doesn't
I
show.
had
It
no,
doesn't show
I
more
was
wala.
pregnant. That's when I said na grabe ko og giagian niya
But
motog
that's
nag.
it's probably like really normal for someone.
Yeah. I had really bad body dysmorphia that time, and I've just felt the need to share it ba, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, in some form that's why we have natural podcasts like friends, like makita
Mm.
mo or the closest ear you can lend to which is RJ who gets probably
Oy, lucky kay ko
yeah,
kay Bucks. Like
of
Bucks
course.
is like uh I wouldn't know what I would be doing with my life without him now.
Shout out box.
Ta-
Basta phone box. Apil lagi kas podcast box.
yeah, kaboga. I told you, ganun ka mo apil siya. Ay, lang ko pa apil
Yeah.
na. Oy.
Ay, Kwan, ade
Hey.
kay Kwan. Um, glad that you guys both here. So we always ask this question, and I think this is the right time. Salamat, Box. So I think Faith has a different answer this time around. So Faith, like
Mhm.
you know the theme of our show. So unsa may huge upside nimo this time around?
Right, right. What did I
Yeah.
say last time? Did I say
Yeah, you were saying something like
about adapting ba to?
yeah,
Did I say
about
that?
flow. Yeah, you can flow.
Okay. Maybe I'll stick with something that we talked about women, that I'm a woman, I'm vulnerable, and that's what makes me strong. And that's my huge upside.
There you go. All right, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this special episode. We're reconnecting with Faith again, a.k.a. Dhyana Mitta. Please stream her song, Cebuana Luv. She said it's for Bucks lagi daw. So, and for
Stream
Keo.
it, guys. That's featuring Uncle Hero and Patty. Kana si Patty, sus kuan ka na, very good friend of ours.
True.
Patty,
Family guy
shout
too.
out. And Uncle Hero, we all know what
Yeah.
legend
Kailan mo sa inyo, Uncle?
kailan na tana. Mick, thank you so much for
Salamat.
inviting. And thank you for putting Keo
Bye,
on
Keo.
Cameo. Keo, say bye-bye.
Bye,
You wanna say,
Keo.
say bye?
He said. Ah. Yeah, that was first words right there. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you for hopping on the podcast, Keo. Yes.
Sus ako anak. Bye, Mick. Bye,
Ay, oy,
Huge.
salamat kayo, Jay.
Bye.
Faith, salamat. Thank you.